Hello, I've been on the road for 3 weeks, and 2,200 miles later, I have had 3 visits to my tiny homes, 1 to Newport, Tennessee, and 2 visits all the way down to North Florida. All of the upgrades and the status of where I'm at is going to be on this video coming up next. My first visit of 3 trips was going to be at the North Florida tiny home. If you recall, all we did was deliver it onto the lot successfully and get it level, but that's all we had did. So I needed to go back, which I did. And on this particular visit, I visited with the electrician to see if we could get power to the unit. We had a good visit, but unfortunately he was not able to get power to it until the week afterwards. Oh well, that's how it goes. That being said, my goal for this particular trip was to paint the living room area so I could get the tiny bed, the twin bed in the tiny home, and it was going to be with a frame, and get the refrigerator back where the refrigerator was going to go and get that area painted. That was my goal. As you view the following images and videos, I decided not to paint the baseboards and the wood trim in my Florida home. It saved me about 2 days of work by leaving them natural. I decided to use the finished color of Blue Horizon Sherwin-Williams SW6497 to give it a more coastal/Florida theme. My goal this trip was to prime the walls with 2 coats of paint and 1 coat of finished color so that I could place my twin bed and my mini refrigerator in place and ready once I secured power. The frame and the mattress came from Brooklyn Bedding out of California, and it fit my 8x16 home to a T. As I was walking in and out of my tiny home in North Florida, it was placed underneath the pole barn. It was very hard to keep dirt and sand out of the home. Perhaps it might be because it's surrounded by dirt on all 4 sides. This would be a future project to deal with. My second trip was all the way north to Newport, Tennessee, which is eastern Tennessee, in the Grove, part of the incredible tiny homes community. Now, this trip was very fruitful, and there were 2 main things that I needed to get accomplished. I was finally going to get the furniture piece that I had built for my twin bed that was going to elevate my twin bed up with 2 drawers underneath for storage. That was going to be delivered. And then also I had an appointment with a gentleman who was going to measure my windows for blinds and or shades that were greatly needed. Now, I did many other things during this visit, and it was a very promising trip. All that coming up next. The furniture piece that was delivered to me was handcrafted by Gothic Furniture out of the state of New York. It was a platform bed that was elevated with 2 drawers. It was stained to a light oak color, and it was made to fit my twin mattress. With the 2 large drawers, it allowed for additional storage space that will come in handy for any guests who would join me in eastern Tennessee while visiting the Smoky Mountains. During this visit, I spent time caulking when needed around the bathroom area. This was a critical step to provide a more finished product in my tiny home. Once again, as I painted the bathroom area, I used 2 coats of primer and 1 finished coat of the alabaster color. All of these coats of paint were by Sherwin-Williams. In addition, I finally made time to paint the interior and the exterior doors, which were both metal doors. On the inside, I used an extra white color, and on the outside, I went with rockwood clay Sherwin-Williams SW2823. What do you think? Does the exterior door make the home pop? I think so. During my 3rd and final trip, I traveled from Newport, Tennessee, all the way back to North Florida, a little less than 500 miles, and there were 3 things that I wanted to get accomplished. Well, first of all, I got the power turned on by an electrician in my absence while I was up in Newport, Tennessee. So I wanted to make sure that the mini split was going to work and keep the place cool. Secondly, I needed to get water hooked up so that I could get water in the shower and the sink. And third, I needed to get the gray water moved out from the tiny home. Now keep in mind I had a compost toilet, so the black water and the number twos were taken care of accordingly, but I needed to take care of the gray water. With regards to the mini split, I was totally pleased and satisfied. Now this is an upgrade of about $2,700 as I record this video from Incredible Tiny Homes, but well worth it. First of all, I'm a very light sleeper, and the mini split is located directly over my bed, and even when it was on at night, I couldn't hear it and I slept quite well. So, and it kept the place cool during my visit. With regards to the two projects of getting water to the tiny home and taking care of the gray water and getting it out of the tiny home, those two projects did not go well while I was in the Tallahassee area. Mother Nature wreaked havoc over Tallahassee while I was there, with torrential rain and winds and high winds. Matter of fact, I lost power for a day and a half, and that put me in a big bind, and I was not a happy camper, as you could imagine. That being said, I couldn't get those two things fixed while I'm there. I am going to get a handyman to assist me next time in the Tallahassee area to take care of those issues on my next trip. However, I was able to resolve the tracking of dirt or sand into the tiny home, as it's surrounded by, on all four sides. It was suggested by the owner of the property to go out and get some pine straw. So I was able to find some dry pine straw, and I laid that around most of the tiny home, and what a great difference that made. So that was quite an accomplishment. That being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I'm open to any comments. If you are a subscriber, I greatly appreciate your support. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I promise you next time I'm going to start having some fun in my tiny home, and I'm going to show you maybe some of the parts of the incredible tiny homes in Newport, Tennessee. I'm also going to show you maybe some of the sites and the areas of interest of the Newport area coming up on the next video. So thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.